Hello, welcome to Lockdown Day a Million, or certainly it feels like that, and to a new segment which I'm going to call Racist Geography with Professor Michael John. This book is absolutely fascinating. It's a book that we found in the home of an elderly relative after they died a few years ago, and it is a real geography textbook from 1889, that's when it was written, so when Britannia ruled the waves and all that jazz. And it's hilarious. When I did geography at school, I just remember learning on and on about oxbow lakes and about things like the Richter scale, earthquakes, volcanoes, all of that sort of thing. This book, quite a considerable amount of this book, focuses on what it calls the social character of the peoples in certain countries. So I'm going to share some of those with you now. I wonder if this book was actually the inspiration for Allo, because it does take national stereotyping to a whole new level. So we're going to start gently because he does actually quite like the French. He's actually quite complimentary of the French. He says that the Frenchman is said to be light and frivolous, but in most cases he is a very serious person, brave when he is succeeding, but too easily depressed. Apparently. It does go on to say that intellectually the Frenchman is famous for lucidity and also consecutiveness in his reasoning and methods. I don't know what that means, but it sounds fairly complimentary. So he's all right with the French. He's fairly complimentary of the Dutch as well. The Dutch will be pleased to know. He says quite a lot about the Dutch, actually. He says that the Dutchman is slow in promising, but always keeps his promise, and slow to make up his mind, but having done so, he acts with untiring energy. He says that the Dutchman is generally taciturn, but he is boisterous in his amusements. And then there's a wonderful sort of postscript where he says his most remarkable external virtue is cleanliness. So there you are. I mean, I've never thought of the Dutch as particularly cleaner than anybody else, but I mean, it's a compliment, so I think I would take that. And then finally, for this segment, I'm going to tell you all about the Italians. He says of the Italians that the common notion, this does not start out promisingly, but stay with Professor Michael John here. The common notion is that they are extortioners, uncivil, given to revenge, assassination, lying, treachery, and dirt. So they would not get on with the Dutch. But this is a mistake. Apparently this is a mistake. The genuine Italian, he says, is kind and courteous to all, high and low, rich and poor, and his courtesy is enhanced by a wonderfully gracious, charming and attractive manner. He is sober and thrifty and an ardent lover. Well done, Italians.